In life, we face disturbances every day. Some are external things that happen around us, people who try to get under our skin, circumstances that we didn't ask for, and challenges that appear out of nowhere. Others are internal, our own emotions, thoughts, and doubts that shake us to the core. The question is not whether we will face disturbances, but how we will respond when they come. It is easy to be swayed by life's challenges. It is easy to let the noise of the world get to you. It is easy to allow other people's opinions, disappointments, and even your own limitations to disturb your peace. But the secret to living above it all is mastering your inner world. The key is to act like nothing disturbs you anymore. This doesn't mean you ignore your feelings or live in denial. It means you learn to control your responses, to cultivate a peace that surpasses understanding, and to walk with an unshakable confidence in your purpose and calling. We often forget that we have the power to choose how we react to external stimuli. Our response is not governed by the actions of others, nor is it determined by the situations we find ourselves in. We are not passive players in this drama called life. We are active participants. We can choose to remain composed when everything around us is falling apart. We can choose to walk in faith when the storms are raging. The key to this is understanding who we are, knowing that we are not defined by our circumstances, and understanding that no matter how hard things get, we have the power within us to rise above it. When you understand that you are not defined by your environment, you can begin to create a space where nothing disturbs you anymore. This inner space is not passive, it's active. It requires intentionality. You must decide every day to make the choice to not let the world shake your peace. This does not mean ignoring the reality of the challenges around you. It means refusing to let them control your thoughts, emotions, or actions. There is a difference between reacting and responding. Reactions are often impulsive, driven by emotion, influenced by external pressures. Responses, on the other hand, are deliberate and mindful. When you have mastery over your inner world, you do not react to disturbances, you respond in a way that reflects your values, your purpose, and your unwavering sense of self. This requires a mindset shift. It requires you to let go of the need to control everything around you and instead focus on controlling the one thing you can yourself. Many of us are constantly seeking peace. We look for it in the wrong places, in material things, in the approval of others, in the resolution of our external problems. But peace is not something external. It's an internal state of being. It comes when you realize that no matter what happens around you, you are secure in who you are and in the promises that you hold on to. Peace is a choice, and it is a choice that you can make in every moment. To act like nothing disturbs you anymore requires emotional maturity. It requires you to grow beyond the need for validation from others. It requires you to detach your happiness from external circumstances. Too many people depend on what happens outside of them to determine their state of mind. If the weather is good, they're happy. If the people around them are kind, they are at peace. But the true mark of emotional maturity is the ability to maintain your peace, regardless of what happens outside of you. There is an incredible power in emotional detachment. This does not mean that you stop caring about the people and things in your life. It means that you learn to place your emotional energy in the right places. It means that you stop giving away your peace to things that are not worth it. The truth is, many of us waste our emotional energy on things that don't matter. We get upset over things that are beyond our control. We spend time worrying about things that have no real impact on our future. We allow other people's negativity to seep into our hearts and disrupt our tranquility. What if you could choose to protect your peace at all costs? What if you could let go of the things that disturb your spirit and focus solely on the things that build you up? This is what it means to act like nothing disturbs you anymore. It means you stop allowing external circumstances to dictate your emotional state. It means you stop being controlled by the whims of the world. It's time to understand that your peace is priceless. It is not for sale. It is not something that should be easily disturbed. When you truly understand the value of your peace, you will stop giving it away. You will stop allowing negativity to control your thoughts. You will stop reacting impulsively. Instead, you will begin to respond in a way that reflects the strength and wisdom you have gained through experience. We live in a world that is constantly trying to shake us. But those who know their purpose, who are grounded in their beliefs, and who have a deep understanding of their own worth, are not moved by the disturbances of life. They stand firm in their convictions. They are like trees planted by the waters, rooted, unmoved, unshaken by the winds that blow. When you act like nothing disturbs you anymore, you become a source of strength for others. People will look at you and wonder how you remain so calm in the midst of chaos. They will wonder how you manage to keep your peace when everything around you is falling apart. And the answer will be simple. You have made a choice. You have chosen to remain grounded in who you are. You have chosen to walk in peace, even when others are overwhelmed by their circumstances. This choice requires discipline. It requires a commitment to personal growth. It requires you to take responsibility for your emotional state and your reactions. It means that you are no longer a victim of your circumstances, but a victor over them. When you act like nothing disturbs you anymore, you begin to experience life from a place of inner peace. You begin to see the world not as a series of obstacles to overcome, but as opportunities to grow, learn, and evolve. You begin to rise above the noise, the distractions, and the disturbances that once held you captive. You learn to trust in your own ability to navigate through life with calm assurance, knowing that no matter what comes your way, you are equipped to handle it. This is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending that nothing affects you. It's about cultivating an inner peace that remains steady, no matter what is happening around you. It's about choosing to remain unmoved by the things that once caused you anxiety, fear, and stress. It's about learning to trust yourself and your ability to handle life's challenges with grace and confidence. The power to act like nothing disturbs you anymore lies within you. It is a power that you can tap into at any moment. It is a power that comes from knowing your worth, knowing your purpose, and knowing that no matter what happens, you are not defined by your circumstances. When you walk in this power, you become a force to be reckoned with. You become a person of influence, a person who can inspire others to live with peace, purpose, and strength, no matter what comes their way. In a world filled with disturbances, the greatest gift you can give yourself is the gift of inner peace. When you act like nothing disturbs you anymore, you are not just protecting yourself, you are also empowering yourself. You are taking control of your life, your emotions, and your peace. You are walking in your true power, unshaken and unmovable. This is the way to live. This is the way to thrive. When you walk in this power, you stop letting external factors determine your peace. It doesn't matter what happens on the outside. What matters is what happens on the inside. You begin to realize that nothing, absolutely nothing, has the power to disturb your inner calm unless you allow it. It's all about taking full responsibility for your emotional responses. No one else has the power to make you feel a certain way unless you give them that power. The moment you stop letting others control your emotions is the moment you take back control of your life. Imagine living in a way where the opinions of others no longer affect your peace of mind. Whether people praise you or criticize you, you stand firm. Whether they agree with you or disagree with you, you are unmoved. This is the power of self-mastery. When you have mastered yourself, you no longer need validation from others to feel secure or valuable. Your self-worth is not based on external circumstances, but on the truth of who you are and the purpose you carry within. It's easy to get caught up in the distractions of life, constantly reacting to things, feeling overwhelmed by what's happening around us. But those who have learned to act like nothing disturbs them anymore understand the importance of being present. They don't waste their time or energy reacting to everything. They are intentional in how they choose to respond to the world. This doesn't mean you should become numb or indifferent to the challenges life throws at you. It simply means that you approach every situation with the mindset that you are capable of handling it. You choose to see every obstacle as an opportunity to grow, every challenge as a chance to strengthen your inner peace. Life will always present difficulties, but it's up to you how you navigate through them. In this journey, your internal dialogue is crucial. How you talk to yourself when things aren't going well determines how you will respond. If you constantly tell yourself that you can't handle things or that everything is falling apart, then you will undoubtedly feel disturbed. But if you remind yourself that you are equipped for every challenge, that you have everything you need to overcome adversity, then you become unstoppable. To act like nothing disturbs you anymore also means learning how to let go. Too many of us hold on to things, grudges, disappointments, frustrations that only weigh us down. These things disturb our peace and keep us from moving forward. But when you decide to act like nothing disturbs you anymore, you let go of all the baggage that has been weighing you down. You forgive, you release, and you move forward unencumbered. You learn that the only thing you can control is how you choose to respond to life. The rest is out of your hands. This process of letting go is not always easy. It requires vulnerability and trust. It requires you to be honest with yourself about what you are holding on to and why. Are you holding on to past pain because it has defined you? Are you holding on to resentment because you feel entitled to hold on to it? Are you afraid to let go because you think that forgiveness means excusing the wrong that was done to you? The truth is, holding on to these things only keeps you trapped in a cycle of disturbance. You can never experience true peace until you let go of the things that disturb your spirit. When you forgive, when you release, you free yourself from the chains that keep you tethered to the past. You take back your power and you reclaim your peace. Acting like nothing disturbs you anymore is not about pretending that you don't care about anything. It's about deciding what is worth your attention and what isn't. It's about being discerning and intentional with your energy. It's about knowing your worth and choosing not to give your emotional power to things, people, or situations that cannot contribute positively to your growth. Another aspect of this is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to be fully present in the moment, free from the distractions of the past and the future. It's the awareness that comes with understanding that your thoughts and emotions are fleeting. They come and go. But you have the power to decide whether to let them control you. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to observe your thoughts without judgment. You see them for what they are, temporary and transient. And when you don't attach yourself to them, they lose their power to disturb you. Being mindful also means being conscious of your responses in real time. Instead of reacting in anger or frustration, you pause, breathe, and choose to respond thoughtfully. It's about creating a space between stimulus and reaction, a space where you can consciously decide how you want to show up in any given situation. This space is where your peace resides. The more you practice this, the more you will find yourself acting in ways that reflect your inner strength and calm. Acting like nothing disturbs you anymore is also about accepting the things you cannot change. Life will always have its ups and downs. You will encounter people who misunderstand you, you will face setbacks, and you will experience disappointment. But you must learn to accept these things as part of the process. Life is not a perfect, uninterrupted flow. It is messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges. But it is also full of opportunities for growth. When you accept the realities of life without resistance, you release the power that these things have to disturb your peace. Furthermore, you must surround yourself with positive influences. The people you associate with have a direct impact on your mindset. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, gossip, and drama, it will be much harder to maintain a state of peace. But if you surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, who support your growth, and who encourage you to remain grounded, you will find it much easier to act like nothing disturbs you anymore. Ultimately, the ability to remain undisturbed in the face of life's challenges is a choice. It's a choice that requires daily practice and commitment. It's not about being perfect, but about being intentional with your thoughts, emotions, and responses. It's about knowing who you are and standing firm in that knowledge, regardless of what comes your way. As you continue on this journey, remember that peace is not a destination, it's a way of living. It's an ongoing practice, a lifestyle that you choose every single day. The more you practice acting like nothing disturbs you, the more natural it will become. Eventually, you will find that disturbances no longer have the same power over you. You will be a person who is steady, calm, and unshaken no matter what comes your way. You will become a beacon of peace to those around you. When others are frazzled and overwhelmed, they will look to you as an example of how to remain calm and composed. They will see in you a model of strength and resilience, and they will be inspired to cultivate the same peace within themselves. This is the power of living as though nothing disturbs you anymore. Not only do you find peace within yourself, but you also help others find their peace. And in doing so, you create a ripple effect that transforms the world around you. So take a moment right now and ask yourself, what is disturbing me? What external or internal factors am I allowing to control my peace? And then make a decision today. I choose peace. Today, I choose to act like nothing disturbs me anymore. Today, I reclaim my power, my peace, and my purpose. This is the path to true freedom. This is the way to live a life of unshakable peace. As you continue on this path, you'll realize that peace isn't just something that happens to you when circumstances align perfectly. Peace is a mindset. It's a belief that no matter the external conditions, you have the ability to remain composed. You are in control of your emotional state, and that control is your strength. Think about the moments in your life when you felt overwhelmed, stressed, or disturbed by external events. At that time, it might have seemed impossible to remain calm. But what you didn't realize in those moments is that you already had the power to act in a way that was unshaken. Your response in those situations was simply a result of the choices you made at that time. But now, you know better. Now, you are learning that it's not about the situation, but how you choose to react to it. Life is a series of tests, but these tests are not meant to break you. They are meant to shape you into the person you were always meant to be. Every challenge is an opportunity to show yourself just how much you've grown. When you act like nothing disturbs you anymore, you demonstrate the depth of your character and the strength of your spirit. You show yourself that you have everything inside of you to weather any storm, and you prove to the world that you are unbreakable. When people criticize you or attempt to bring you down, it is not a reflection of your worth, but a reflection of them. Their words or actions are a projection of their own insecurities, not your truth. You no longer need to take their opinions personally because you have established a strong sense of self. You know who you are, and you no longer need anyone else's validation to feel worthy. You act from a place of security, knowing that the opinions of others cannot disturb the peace that resides within you. But beyond the external world, this peace also requires you to examine your internal world. What are the thoughts that disturb your peace? What negative self-talk do you engage in that keeps you in a state of inner turmoil? The key to overcoming these disturbances lies in your ability to challenge these thoughts. The moment you notice that your mind is spiraling into negativity or worry, pause. Recognize it for what it is, a disturbance. Then gently redirect your thoughts back to a place of peace. Remind yourself that you are in control of your inner world, and you do not have to let negative thoughts or emotions rule you. Every time you choose peace over disturbance, you strengthen your ability to stay grounded. It is a muscle that you must continually exercise. The more you practice acting like nothing disturbs you anymore, the more it becomes your natural state. Over time, you will notice that you are not as easily rattled as you once were. The things that used to set you off, that once triggered strong emotional reactions, no longer have the same power over you. But this journey is not about perfection. It's about progress. There will be moments when you feel disturbed or upset, and that's okay. What matters is not that you never get disturbed, but that you always come back to a place of peace. You give yourself grace when you stumble, and you get back up knowing that your peace is always within reach. Another vital aspect of acting like nothing disturbs you anymore is embracing the power of silence. Silence is not only a tool to protect your peace, but it's also a form of strength. When faced with criticism, conflict, or negativity, sometimes the best response is no response at all. By choosing silence, you take away the power of the situation to disturb you. You refuse to engage in a battle that has no value, and you preserve your energy for what truly matters. In silence, you are not weak, you are powerful. You choose peace over chaos, and in doing so, you protect your inner sanctity. The more you embrace this mindset, the more you realize that your peace is a reflection of your self-mastery. When you stop reacting to life's disturbances, you begin to transcend the ups and downs of external circumstances. You no longer find yourself caught in a cycle of emotional highs and lows. Instead, you enter a state of emotional equilibrium, where your sense of peace is unwavering, regardless of what's happening around you. Acting like nothing disturbs you anymore requires you to step into your greatness. It requires you to rise above the noise and distractions that constantly surround us. This is not an easy task, but it is a worthy one. It is a task that will lead you to a deeper sense of self, greater emotional strength, and a life of unshakable peace. It also requires you to trust in something greater than yourself. When you act like nothing disturbs you anymore, you are demonstrating trust in your own abilities and in the greater plan that has been laid out for you. You trust that everything that happens, good or bad, is working together for your good. You trust that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. You trust that your peace is not dependent on your circumstances, but on the strength of your spirit. This trust is the foundation of your unshakable peace. The more you trust, the more you let go of the need to control every situation. You stop holding on to things that no longer serve you. You stop reacting to life's challenges as if they were personal attacks. Instead, you face them with the confidence that you are capable of overcoming anything that comes your way. True peace is not the absence of problems or difficulties. It's the ability to maintain your inner tranquility despite them. It's the ability to stand strong in the face of adversity and keep moving forward with grace and composure. It's knowing that no matter what happens on the outside, your peace on the inside is unshaken. As you continue on this journey of peace, remember that your greatest asset is your ability to remain calm, composed, and unshaken in every situation. This ability will open doors for you that you never thought possible. People will begin to look to you for guidance and inspiration, knowing that you are someone who can remain steady even in the most turbulent times. And when life tests you, as it surely will, you will respond not with fear, anger, or frustration, but with quiet strength and resilience. You will act like nothing disturbs you anymore, because you have come to realize that nothing, not even the most challenging moments, can take away the peace that is within you. Now is the time to embrace this mindset fully. Now is the time to choose peace over disturbance. Now is the time to act like nothing disturbs you anymore. As you continue on this path of inner peace, it's important to remember that acting like nothing disturbs you anymore doesn't mean living in a state of denial or pretending that life doesn't have challenges. It means you have come to understand that life's challenges are not permanent, and that your ability to maintain inner peace is not dependent on the external world. When you learn to act like nothing disturbs you anymore, you embrace the reality that you are the master of your emotions. You no longer let life's unpredictable nature dictate how you feel. Instead, you establish an internal compass that points to peace, regardless of the storms that may rage around you. This is the beauty of self-mastery, the ability to remain grounded and composed no matter the chaos in your surroundings. Sometimes the people around you may wonder how you maintain your calm. They may question your resilience when they see you remain unaffected by circumstances that seem overwhelming to them. But what they don't realize is that your peace is not something that can be shaken by external events. Your peace is a reflection of your mindset, your self-control, and your unwavering belief that you have the strength to navigate whatever life throws your way. One of the most empowering realizations you will have on this journey is that disturbances are often a result of your attachment to them. When you become too attached to a certain outcome, an expectation, or a specific way of being, any deviation from that can create inner turmoil. However, when you release that attachment, you give yourself the freedom to navigate life without the constant need for things to be a certain way. You stop being a prisoner to your desires and learn to flow with life's natural rhythms. This release of attachment is a form of liberation. It is the understanding that you are not defined by your circumstances, nor are you controlled by them. You are more than your possessions, more than your job, more than your relationships. You are a being of immense value, and that value is not contingent on external factors. When you fully grasp this truth, you can live freely without being disturbed by the ever-changing world around you. There are also times when your peace may be challenged by the actions of others. People may criticize you, try to manipulate you, or test your patience. In these moments, the temptation to react in anger, frustration, or hurt is strong. However, it is in these very moments that your ability to remain peaceful is most important. When others try to disturb your peace, remember that their actions are a reflection of them, not of you. You can choose to respond with compassion, understanding, or even silence without letting their actions unsettle you. Silence, in particular, is a powerful tool. In the face of negativity, silence can speak volumes. It disarms your detractors and protects your inner peace. When you respond to harsh words or difficult situations with silence, you demonstrate control, wisdom, and strength. You refuse to engage in battles that don't serve your higher purpose. Instead, you choose to invest your energy into things that nurture your peace and allow you to grow. And in those moments when the disturbances come from within, when doubt or fear creeps into your mind, remember that these feelings too are temporary. Thoughts of inadequacy, fear of the future, or regret about the past are disturbances that can be managed with self-awareness. You can choose to observe these thoughts without attaching meaning to them. You can choose not to believe the lies that fear and doubt tell you. Instead of succumbing to these negative thoughts, you rise above them by focusing on your strengths and your potential. You remind yourself that you are capable, equipped, and worthy of the peace that is yours by right. Each time you resist the urge to react and instead choose peace, you strengthen your ability to stay composed. The key is consistency. When you continuously choose peace over disturbance, you create new neural pathways in your brain that make peace your default response. With time, your reactions will become more automatic, and you will find that you are less likely to be disturbed by the things that once triggered you. This is why personal growth is such an important part of this journey. The more you grow and mature emotionally, the more resilient you become in the face of challenges. You stop taking things personally and you learn to see situations from a higher perspective. You realize that disturbances are often just temporary moments that will pass. The people who once upset you, the events that once rattled you, they are not as significant as they seemed at the time. When you see life from a broader viewpoint, you recognize that these things are just small blips on the radar of your overall journey. The process of acting like nothing disturbs you anymore is not just about avoiding conflict or pain. It's about embracing life with a sense of inner strength and trust. Trust that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Trust that you have everything inside you to maintain peace, no matter how challenging the external circumstances may seem. This trust comes from knowing that you are not alone on this journey. Whatever you believe in, whether it's God, the universe, or your higher self, there is a greater force at work in your life. And this force is guiding you toward peace, helping you navigate the storms of life with grace. The more you connect with this force, the more aligned you become with your true purpose. And the easier it becomes to remain unshaken by external disturbances. As you continue to grow in peace, you will begin to notice a shift in your energy. Your calm presence will have a magnetic effect on others. People will start to gravitate toward you, seeking your wisdom, your guidance, and your support. And in turn, you will inspire others to find their own peace, helping them to understand that true peace is not found in the absence of challenges, but in the ability to remain grounded despite them. This ripple effect will transform not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. As you model peace and self-mastery, others will learn from you. They will begin to see that they too have the power to remain undisturbed by life's challenges. They will see that peace is not something that happens by chance, but something that is intentionally cultivated and protected. This is the power of living with inner peace, of acting like nothing disturbs you anymore. It's a way of being that elevates you to a higher level of existence. It frees you from the emotional turmoil that so often holds people back, and it opens up a life of purpose, clarity, and joy. So as you continue on this path, remember this: you are the master of your emotions, the captain of your ship. No storm, no criticism, no fear, no person can disturb your peace unless you allow it. You have everything you need within you to live a life that is calm, composed, and unshaken. And every time you choose peace over disturbance, you not only strengthen your own spirit, but you inspire those around you to do the same. Your peace becomes a light that shines brightly in the world, guiding others toward their own unshakable peace. Act like nothing disturbs you anymore, not because the world is perfect, but because you have learned to find peace within it, regardless of what happens. This is your power. This is your gift. And when you embrace it fully, you will experience a life like no other.